Now, these plants keep producing oxygen. More and more and more oxygen starts to fill the atmosphere. And once oxygen hits 8%, 10%, there is a massive explosion of life, which occurs almost like instantly. Over the course of 4.6 billion years, the little blip in time of those 4.6 billion years, there is life exploding in first the seas, which happened in day 5. And that's where science says life started in the history of the earth, in the oceans. But these life forms just appeared out of nowhere. And this debunks evolution because Charles Darwin is called the Cambrian explosion and the Avalon explosion, where all these life forms just appeared out of nowhere. And like not just single cellular organisms, but multicellular complex life explodes in the oceans. And the overall time frame of the history of the earth is 4.6 billion years, just explosion of life. And that all these life forms, which make up around 70% of the life forms that we have today, without, there's no macroevolution. There is microevolution. Organisms can change minorly through adaptation to their environments and stuff, and genetics with DNA. But there's no macroevolution. Nothing can, their body plan and their body form, their morphology can't drastically change, but they can adapt to their environments, which is microevolution. But this period of time of the Cambrian explosion is like the equivalent of less than a yard on a football field that is 100 yards long. Less than a yard of that football field is like the time frame it took for all these life forms in the ocean to just appear, compared to the entire 100-yard football field. So this puzzles Darwin, and he even wrote about it in The Origin of Species on why all these life forms appeared. And he said, in the future we'll find fossil records of like intermediate transitionary forms to the other forms, but it's been over 150 years now, and fossil records still hasn't shown that there are intermediate forms of life. So that's in life in the seas in day 5, and then life on land in day 6, and then human beings at the later part of day 6.